I'm going to show you the absolute fastest way to farm augment research in Black Ops 6. So if you're trying to get all these unlocked for zombies, there's an ideal like speed run way to do it, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. And there's also a cutoff. So even though I could take it to like round 36, we're not going to do that. There's actually a limit to how many rounds you want to do, and it stops giving you XP after a certain point. So I min-max the whole thing. I'm going to guide you through it so you can just get this over with as fast as possible, or you just think it's fun to do it the way that I'm going to show you. So for this one, we're doing solo, and we have to do Liberty Falls. The exploit that we're going to use on Liberty Falls, it's kind of an exploit, you know, you'll see what I mean. Now, for my case, weapons, you just use whatever weapon you want. Ideally, if you're just trying to get augment research, you're probably going to want an LMG, like the XMG, just for the ammo capacity. But this is also a good opportunity to level up your guns, which I'll be focused on in another video, because there's like nuance of like leveling a shotgun, for example. This would be terrible. But anyway, so if you want to level a gun at the same time, go for it. If you just want to focus on the augment research, just use an LMG with a large ammo capacity. I also had frenzied, whatever it's called, as the, I don't remember the ability is called, your special ability. And then one grenade of some kind is good. I don't even have the best kind of grenade for this equip, but a frag is good, or a, an impact grenade. So the first thing you do is you start, you immediately grab this. There's like a perfect speed run we're going to do that we're going to be focused on. So you want to turn on the rampage inducer, because it just makes everything happen faster, get it done faster. Get up here. If there's any zombies, kill them. We're going to go in here for the quick money. Going to kill these real fast. All right, so now after that, it's just going to be kill one wave of zombies. And I will be skipping ahead, so don't worry. We're not going to be sitting here for the whole 20 minutes. I'm just showing you the first bit here. So you're going to kill one wave of zombies. And then after that, you're going to head over this way, and you're going to start going over here. Now, be careful not to go back into this corner right here when there's tons of zombies on you when you have rampage on. But we're going to go back here, and we're going to shoot this for some money that's right here on the map. And then we're going to start heading to the church. So now I'm going to skip ahead. What we're basically going to do is we're just going to clear zombies, and we're going to work our way to the church. You want to get to the church as soon as possible. Also, one thing I wanted to mention about now that I thought about guns is no matter what gun you're using, you're going to want the best extended mag that you have unlocked. So keep that in mind too. Also, once you get to the church, up on there, there's that thing up there. You're going to want to try to hit that with your grenade. And if you can hit it, it'll blow it up. You also want to go into the church, and every wave, 2 more of these crystals will spawn. So you're going to want to start early. That's why we get here as soon as we can, like wave 5 or 6, so we can get in here and make sure we can clear all the crystals so new ones can spawn. Like I said, 2 or 3 will spawn every single wave. So you want to come in here every wave or 2 and clear all the crystals in order to get salvage, because there's a chance they drop salvage. I mean, they drop salvage like 60% of the time or something like that. So you just want to get in here and make sure you get that salvage. We want to get our weapon upgraded. Now, that thing we shot makes these things fall out of the sky. That'll give you extra stuff, but the main thing we're looking for is this ether tool. And that will give you, upgrade your gun up to green already without having to spend any scrap salvage. So after this, we're just going to be farming now. You just try to stay alive. And if rampage is too difficult for you, you can always turn it off after wave 5. It's up to you. But if you can handle it, you just keep it on in order to get these waves done faster, so the mobs will get out here faster. You can clear them. Also, as soon as you have money for it, go up into the church and upgrade your weapon that you're going to use to the next level or whatever. Not level, but the next whatever, pack-a-punch level. So that way you can, keep up with the enemies. You're going to be trying to, on this whole thing, we're going to be keeping our weapon as upgraded as we can as we go to make sure we one-shot enemies as much as possible, just to make it go faster. When you get enough salvage, go to the arsenal, get the napalm burst, and upgrade your weapon as much as you can. Once you get the second upgrade, you're going to go over to the zip line up here. Ideally on wave 12, because it's the spider wave, and the spiders are like so easy to deal with compared to everything else. Now, real quick, we're going to turn around. We're going to go down here. We're going to get the speed cola. Now, if you have an LMG with a super extended mag, you may not need that. But if you're using anything with a lower ammo capacity, like this one only has 135, then that's you're going to need that. Anyway, we're going to go onto this rooftop right here, the rooftop of the bank. We're going to unlock this zip line that goes to the start. And now we have the spot. So now we're set up. It's wave 12. We have a double upgraded. I've upgraded this gun twice, plus I've upgraded its rarity to blue. And after just 3 more salvage drops, I'll be able to upgrade it to purple. There's an arsenal up on this rooftop right over there. So as soon as I get the salvage, I can just go over there. So the exploit is you get to this spot over here, you get back here, get to this very corner, get right on the edge. And then you get back here, and they walk in a single file line. Now, I had another video about another spot like this, but it was not nearly as good as this side. because this side, because we're in this little like triangle corner, they don't walk to the right as much. Now, every now and then, one might slide to the right, but for the most part, they stay in this very nice and neat single file line, which makes it extremely easy to just hit them in the head and kill them all. Now, there's another upgrade we're going to have to get soon after that, so we got that just now. We're going to rush back into here and turn around and kill everything. But as soon as I get 14,000 points, that's when I'm going to make the next move. So now I've got 17,000 points, so I'm going to take this zip line and head over to the cemetery. And in the back of the cemetery is some armor, so I'm going to want to fight my way through this in order to get to it. Now, the reason we get the armor is because if you don't have an LMG, you'll have to reload occasionally. And because we're on that tight little corner, we actually can reload because the enemies are so tight, they'll only attack us like one at a time. But even with them attacking us one at a time, you can get into a scenario where two of them are hitting you at once, and they could actually kill you before you finish the reload. But I'll go ahead and reload with them beating up on me just to show you what I mean. So you get back into this spot, and then you just farm like normal. But if you were to reload, you just try to time it as best as you can, and you actually have time to do it because they come in your single file line. So it's actually not bad at all. Here, I'll reload again so you can see. Like, they'll hit you a couple times maybe, but if you have that armor upgrade, it won't even be a problem. Now, sometimes the dog will come and he'll knock you off like this. That's totally normal. When he does, you're just going to want to head north up this way, immediately run this way, and just start heading back around and get right back up there. It's actually totally fine that the dog knocks you off as long as you're not missing a ton of HP when he does it. So you'll want to go this way generally to get back the fastest. Come over here. Zip line back from here to here and get right back into position. And you should be able to blow up the dog's heads every time. So he might only have one head left now, so he won't even be hard to deal with the next time. And the waves will advance even if the dog or the abomination's alive. But it doesn't really matter. If you keep up with this the right way and do it exactly like I showed you in the order that I showed you, your damage spikes will outdo the dog and he won't even be a problem. Also, don't forget there's an ammo cache right here. You can just buy ammo whenever you need to in order to keep up on ammo. So I'm going to show you a fresh wave. So we're at wave 16. We're actually getting ready to leave now, but we got a few more waves left to do. But I just want to show you a full start to finish wave with this to show you just how crazy it is. It's also easier on a mouse and keyboard just because you can swivel left and right more easily. If you're using a controller to aim assist, sometimes will kind of lock you in place because there's so many enemies. Not really lock you in place, it just makes it really slow to move from side to side. You can see just like that, it's just that easy to do it. And if you decide to stay longer, like if you're not doing more than just augment research, you can easily go to wave 31 once you get your gun fully upgraded. Wave 36, it might be a bit much though, but you can easily get to wave 31. And we're going to be extracting on wave 21, which I'll skip ahead to in a second. And the reason we do that, again, is because the augment research, you can only get a level and a half of augment research per zombies that you play. And that happens around just after wave 21. But since wave 21 is almost the cap, I think like wave 22 or 23 is the cap, you might as well just exfil on wave 21 then, just to save you time so you can repeat it. Because the main purpose of this is to do this as quickly as physically possible. Now, from the tests that I've run, it seems like that if you do this the way that I showed you and you min-max it correctly, that you'll be able to do this in about 20 minutes, which is pretty damn fast. So 15 minutes might be possible. I don't know. I haven't really done enough times to really like speedrun test it. But the two times that I did record it, the fastest I got was around 18 minutes, including the exfil, because you could just die instead, you know, that would save you like multiple minutes. But yeah, so I'm just going to skip ahead. We're on wave 19 now, and I'll show you what to do. There's a certain method to go as fast as possible when we hit wave 21. Oh, and one other thing I just wanted to mention, that I should have mentioned, we get the napalm burst, the fire damage for the weapon. The reason we did that specifically was for the manglers. They're weak to fire, so if you get that, you can just kill the manglers super fast. Also, I had to use my active ability here, which makes me only take damage as armor. I did it because I accidentally ran out of ammo and was taking way too much damage, but you can just take that. If you use it, you can just face tank right there and just keep on shooting and just take damage. So if your gun gets too weak, like wave 20, your gun starts to get too weak to kill him fast enough, you can just use that on wave 20 and then just go through wave 20 without having to jump off at all. Also, a small tip here. I don't know if you guys know this, but on controller, I couldn't figure out how to do it for the longest time on controller. It's pressing L1 and R1 at the same time, or right bumper, left bumper at the same time, for those of you out there who don't know how to use it. Okay, so now we're on wave 21. I'm immediately going to zipline over back to the start of the map. Now, I did this on a different save because I was testing some things and wanted to see something. So we go over here. I'm going to throw a concussion grenade, and then I'm going to call this. And then I'm just going to run around, stay alive. I'm going to try to get back to the ladder. They're all going to die in just a second. Now, what I had to redo was I tried getting out without upgrading my gun the final time, which I think was honestly a bad idea. You can do it, but it makes it a little bit harder. So I do recommend getting the third pack-a-punch on your gun. And then I just didn't get the armor this time just to go faster. So those are the differences on this one right here versus what we were doing leading up to this. But yeah, we can get up here to the exfil now. What we're going to do is go up here and shoot this. And it'll bring a nuke up, but I'm not going to grab it immediately. I'm going to kill enemies first and then use it once I get overwhelmed a little bit. Or when I have to reload. So we can go over here and grab the nuke. And that kills a ton of them. Makes it a lot easier. We do not want to use the spot for this because this guy will knock us off then. And then if he knocks you off, you just lose instantly. Also, you can always turn the what do you call it? Ravage or whatever for the zombies. You can always turn it off for this part if you want. It's up to you. It makes it faster to get them up here, so it can actually be easier by having it on because it's easier to just get them to spawn in. But anyway, once you do however you think, and then once you do it, you just go ahead and exit. And that is the cycle. Now, like I said, it's between 15 and 20 minutes if you do it with Ravage on the entire time and do it like the way I showed you. If you turn the Ravage off at any point and go like that, it could take longer. So, just do whatever you got to do for your own skill level. And if it's too hard, then, at certain points, turn the Ravage inducer off. But yeah, so that's the route. So let's go ahead and look at the research augment. All right, so I'm looking at my research. Now, here's the deal that I found out for the first time today, actually, because I haven't had a lot of time to play this game. But it's diminishing returns. So the first time you do it, you'll go all the way through the first thing. And so you'll get 1.5 of these points. And you'll get about 1.5 again, but then it starts to slow down. So I was actually almost to thermite or something, and I actually did 2 different ones in order to get to this point. So it starts slowing down, but it is the max that you can get by doing 21. And if you die, I don't think it matters because I was actually testing just now because I died on accident when trying to get into the plane. I got knocked off. The time was weird. Anyway, so then I thought, oh, maybe it didn't give it to me because I got, didn't exfil. So I just did another one where I did exfil. And I got roughly the same amount of progress again. So it is definitely diminishing returns because the first time I did it, I got 1.5 points doing it this way. And then it starts slowing down because you just, you get less. It's just, I don't know, like any other game, leveling up gets slower as you go on. So, but yeah, this is about the max you can get. Like I said, you might, if you just want to die instead of exfil, maybe go to wave like 22, 23, or 24 and then just die on purpose or something like that because that's where you actually would hit the cap. But you'll get like 4/5 of the cap by just exfilling at 21. So it's up to you. But yeah, so it's just a really good route for farming the augment research and a good exploit. But like that little ledge is such a fucking crazy exploit. It's insane. But either way, there you guys have it. That, as far as I know, is the best way to farm augment research. So if you need to do augment research, now you have the fastest way to do it in Call of Duty Black Ops 6.